Alright, so thought I'd make another video blog. I'm in the car again, but things are going really good. Things are going, super, super good. Almost too good to be true. Unreal, right? It's like it's a dream. Feels like a dream. But this is real, right? Apparently doesn't. I don't know, man. Doesn't feel like it. It just feels. It's just like almost too much. It's just. I don't know. I just got pulled over by the police right now, and like my fourth time in the last couple weeks, and he pulled me over, and my tabs were expired just because my tabs are expired at the end of the month. But he said, "Oh, they're expired by the 22nd," and I still haven't transferred the car into my name, and so he pulled me over, and then he's like, "How much weed's in this car?" I was like, "Oh, there's just the pipe in here," and he's like, "Oh, I smell something," and then I was like, "Oh, it's just my cigarette." I was like, "I just have a refry," and he's just like, "Oh, okay," and then this was like right at this down in the Bremerton in Washington. They're having like this all over here. They're having like all this 4th of July stuff. So I'm like right in front of everybody. So he pulls me out of the car and he like does a field sobriety test on me, and I'm like, oh, I was like, uh oh. But so he does that, and he gets like his little blue light, and he's shining it all over, and he's telling me to follow it over here and over there, and I'm like, man, you're hurting my eyes, and he's like, he just keeps doing it, and then he asked me if I'm willing to, he's like, are you willing to, commit to some sobriety test? But what am I supposed to say? No, like, come on. So, anyways, then he does that, and then he does like, okay, tilt your head back and count to 30 seconds, and so I counted 30 seconds. He's like, okay, and he's like, all right, go sit in your car. I went in my car, and then he's like, give me back all my stuff. And he's like, all right, just go. And then like when I was leaving, there's like people clapping and stuff, and then so I go off, and then that's like right in the middle of a delivery, right? And so I'm like, oh man, I'm like screwed, because that's like I'm not supposed to, it's only supposed to take a certain amount of time. So I get to the place, and it's like a pizza place, and sorry, it's just hard to swallow. It's hard. No pun intended. It's life. Sometimes it's hard to swallow. Oh man. So sorry, I'm so excited. So then I go to the pizza place, right? That's where I'm gonna go to get delivery, and then there's a lady there, and I talk to her, and she's like super nice lady, and she's actually was in Spokane for a little bit too, and she's a super nice lady, and the pizzas get like mixed up or something that they're supposed to make, and so I end up getting like another pizza, and so I just get a pizza for free, and then after I the cops pull me over, and then I go tell her, go to deliver it and stuff, and tell the girl like pull over by the police and stuff, and she's a pretty cute girl. It's just I don't know, man. It's a good day, It's I have a lot of bad days, and so once I moved out here, and it's just I don't know, man. It's just good to have good days, good to have good times, But I mean, I've had some I don't know. They're not bad days, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Consider what you guess what you consider bad. Any day where you're free, man, you know, and you're alive is a good day. I mean, that's not true. As long as that's not always true, but so yeah, I don't even know if I'm some of these videos, man. I'm like, I don't even know if I should put that up. Like, it just sounds so arrogant. Like, I don't ever know if I really should, but for me, it's just like a journal, I guess, for me to look back, reflect on things, how I was, how I acted. I guess I don't know. The delivery's going good up here or over here or whatever, however you want to refer it to. No, and then cars, fixed. I drove over here when I left the mechanic in Spokane. There's like, oh, about a week or two at most, and your axle can just break anytime. And, you're gonna have to tow it. Meaning you're gonna be super screwed. So obviously, if you're on the freeway and your axle breaks, it wouldn't be great either. And so I was like, all right, well, drove it a little bit more around there, and then I ended up driving it, all the way over to the west side. And then when I got over here, the guy was like, went to a mechanic, and he's like, oh, $800 for 2 axles. They're both about to break, and I was like, oh, that's too much. So then I went to called the local church, and they recommended me to another mechanic, and I fixed them both for 500, and got the rear tires fixed or got 2 new rear tires for 200, and everything's just going really good. And my uncle paid for both of them, and it's nice, Nice that people care about you, willing to pay for things for you, and it's just good timing too. Then it's just all such good timing, and my tires were bad, man. Like it's crazy about that too. Like I just like get 2 like staples in my tire, and then so I go to Les Schwab, and they're like, oh, I can't repair this, because there's like the wire on it. And the Les Schwab guy is freaking the hero guy, dude. He's super cool too, man. And so I get the 2 new tires on there, and just perfect timing, just all so perfect. I just and then I got this church I'm gonna go to that's been in the morning. I'll probably go in the AM. It seems pretty cool church. Apparently they're kind of up and growing church around here, so we'll see what that's all about. I don't know, it's just good. I like being over here. I feel good over here. Most of my dreams take place over here. Like it's really weird because I only lived here for like 3 years, 2 or 3 years, and the vast majority of my dreams take place here. Maybe I should, and I want to stop smoking so I can start dreaming again. I quit everything else. I stopped everything, man, except for smoking weed and cigarettes every once in a while, and coffee. Caffeine's pretty gnarly, but once another week or so, then I think I can really won't have to smoke any more weed at all. Cigarettes is easy to stop. Go to the gym, man. I'll get healthy. So much to do. The thing about smoking too is you get like super unsure of yourself, and it's hard to know for sure and always be super confident when you're smoking all the time. It makes life easier though. It's hard not smoking. It's painful not smoking. But I can handle it. I just need another week to get it, everything else, figure that all out, because it's a lot of physical withdrawals with those 2, or those stats, whatever, all that, whatever. It's be nice to be clear-headed and think and be able to think of thought process. I haven't done this black journal. I'm supposed to do these things on my journal here every time to get some wisdom, bestow some wisdom, right? Do like 1 video or something. The rest is just me mumbling. It's all me mumbling and jumbling, but that's alright. Okay, let's see. Those that are thinkers and pride themselves as such aren't wrong in any idea as much as they are wrong in beliefs. Every thinker has to make sense of his surroundings. He uses ideas to do this, but his beliefs twist and contort things to mold into things that mirror said beliefs. So I guess it's more, I guess I'm talking about is like the process of it. When you're a thinker, your process isn't necessarily wrong, because the way that you're taking the information and you're processing it and assimilating it or accommodating it isn't necessarily wrong. It's just that your beliefs can kind of change things. We're all I don't want to say all that, but we're all we don't even just go into all that. Alright, let's see. Can we do anything else here? Marijuana. It seems that the estrogen level increases and allows more for emotional intelligence. With emotional intelligence comes the inevitable control to act on said emotions. It seems hard to understand that the more you know about your emotions, the more you are ruled by them. The conscience seems to give control to the emotion just by giving the emotion an audience. So this idea, obviously this is pretty easy psych stuff, though. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not so impressed with myself with this like, yeah, this is pretty obvious. It's just that if you try to control an emotion and you try to think about that emotion all the time, then you're gonna have less control because you're gonna end up giving more control over that emotion, or not to think about it just because you're just giving it an attention. But that's lame. What are your priorities? The question is it morally acceptable for an individual to help someone with the cost of someone else? Yes, this is actually pretty interesting. I like this one. For example, as a professor, you have a moral obligation to your students, but if your wife comes and pokes her head into the class, would it be morally right to follow her out of the class? You have a moral obligation to both parties, but as civil beings, we still have an audience desire. But as civil beings, we still have an underlying desire to put others on a platform in hopes that others will do the same for us. So, you have this moral obligation to both the wife and the class. Who are you going to do it more? You're going to do it to your wife because, well, you're going to want to put her on a stepstone because you hope that one day if you came into her class, if she was in the same position, she would put you on a stepstone. So I imagine that's why we do that. At least this seems to be one underlying reason. But I like the fact that, it's just not, you have to choose between these two moral obligations. So the wife is better because there's a lot more to be gained from a wife than there is from a class audience. Although, certain situations I'm sure differ. Ends to a mean. When the conscious wants something, it will send the want to the unconscious. The unconscious will manipulate the environment just as a player positions a piece on the chessboard in order to get the original want. Checkmate is made when the conscious succeeds in invoking the want. So I was thinking, when I was talking about this, is like, oh, no. I'm messing my stuff up. Yeah, sometimes I don't even, it's just because my mind isn't great right now, man. You can tell it's even hard for me to, articulate old ideas that I've gone over 100 times. The information's all there. It's just like the pathways and the pathways and the roads and the canals and all of it's all damaged, and I gotta get healthy and repair everything, and so I can get articulate thought and all the time. It can't just be all extreme one in the morning and then what I mean is 11 at night too, and I've had a long day, super long day too, and it's 11 o'clock at night. So I mean, that's also, I mean, that's also why I'm pretty hard on myself. Anyway, so this is the idea. So if your unconscious wants something, oh man, I can't even go into this one. I can't even do it, man. I don't even have I don't have the energy to formulate the whole entire thought around it. I'm just too tired. Maybe it's better to do videos in the morning, right? When I'm not so tired. Taking into account such things. But the thing is, I can just stop this idea here. Ends to a mean. Right? I can always go over that one later. I was only supposed to do one of these anytime, so I can just ramble on some more. Nobody needs to listen. They can turn it off whenever they want. I can listen later, right? It'll be something for me anyways. So I don't know. I've had this real long struggle between thinking about lately is arrogance. Am I arrogant? I prefer to be confident, think that I'm confident. But arrogance is bad, right? And pride is bad. Too much pride. Am I an arrogant bastard? Sometimes I feel like I might be, but I also feel like I need to have confidence. Where's the fine line? I really have to have so much confidence to believe in myself when nobody for so long will believe in me. Kind of have to display some arrogance to live, to be able to do that. Right? I don't know. I just don't want to upset the Lord. He watches over me, protects me. He's everything. Without His approval, I'm done. It's just one tiny move, one tiny little, moment where everything can go so wrong. So I don't want to make the Lord upset in any way. And so I have to be careful. Because arrogance can be super, super bad. It's not like I don't realize that. Never thinking about it, but I need to chill on everything, man. I need to, like, stop. I just need to just relax. There's just so much to be done, you know? How can I relax? There's so much to be done. There's so much to be done. Like right now, I'm waiting for an order. Like I'm waiting to be called for an order. It's pretty late, so I might not be called at all, but always doing something, man. There's just so much to be done. I know what I want and I know what I need to do to get it, but every day it's just going forward and it's doing really good and it's going towards the goal. And the thing about it is, like today with the police, I would all ruin it. I need to not be so arrogant. I need to not test the Lord in that way. It's gonna all come crumbling down. Tomorrow's a new day. I think tomorrow will be the. I'm not gonna. There's a couple more things I'm gonna have to cut out. Cut out of the naughty behaviors. Slowly turn it all back around to only good behaviors. I have to please the Lord. Without His, everything else. I'm not immortal, as much as I want to believe it sometimes. It's a little string I used to wrap around the phone to the steering wheel. Keeps the phone in position. It's actually not a string, it's a cord for the charger. I might not even go anywhere. I might just like bed down. I need to not push my luck, man. I need to not push the Lord's patience. No, I don't know. I don't want to end the video. I don't know why. It just doesn't seem real, man. It's because there's nobody here with me to bounce it off of. It's like I go through it all myself, so it's like it's all in my head, you know, because nobody else is there to witness it. So I mean, it might as well all be in my head. I mean, well, it's all in my head in the sense that nobody else saw it, so it's just in my head. It's not in their head. Nobody else's head. So it's just like it's just unreal because it just seems impossible. And then if there's nobody here to be like, oh no, that really happened. No, that really happened. It just makes it harder, I guess. But if it was easy, everyone would do it. I just need to get healthy, man. I need to stop worrying about so much about making money and just worry about getting healthy. They're both important, though, right? But you gotta be healthy to make good money. Although one kind of sacrifices for the other, it seems you either sacrifice your health for money or your money for health. Right? I mean, even buying nice, expensive food, either way, you're sacrificing money for health, changing one for the other. So, it is what it is, I guess, right? Body's temporary, anyways. I just feel like it's just all about proving that you're worthy to stand at the Lord's side. If you live your life as if He's always watching you, if if you live your life as He can like look over it and you can talk to Him about anything, and then that's how it should be. That's what matters. Who cares about this world and these people and these rules that they have? It says to obey the laws of the land, but if it contradicts the laws of the Lord, you don't second guess it. And the laws of the land are temporary. The laws of the Lord are eternal. They're the ones that matter. You follow His rules. You're to the best that you can, because we all, obviously I'm far from perfect. Paul, right? We'll see. All right, guys. Whoever made this far, man, I applaud you. Well, God bless and happy truth seeking.